Okay, folks. I thought I was done streaming for the night, but there's a little something that I need to test. I feel like I'll sleep better if I get it tested, so it's the idea of whether or not some Dynamat on the back of the PCB will actually make it sound better. So I've done this in a couple builds before, but what I haven't done is a before and after, a proper before and after test to see how much difference it would make. So what is this thing here? Let's see. Typing test. Okay, there we go. So we got the chat room over here. That's fine. Doesn't matter. I don't know if anyone will even join. It's getting late, but okay. So first, let me just record a quick typing test. For a before, so we'll have a good basis for comparison. We'll try to record with everything in the same location, right at the edge of the desk here. And I'll zoom out a bit more, but you can see that. Okay. All right. Let's hear typing sounds. Okay, now that we have the typing test out of the way, let us start finding out what is the impact of having the Dynamat on there, if any. So, I'm going to take a few strategic keycaps off in order to reach the screw holes. That's good on that side. On this side, I think I have to take these two, and there may be one up here somewhere. Where is it? There. Wasn't so bad, was it? Now. So we have a good baseline before sound recording. I'm going to get to after on the same recording here. As quickly as possible. Still in there. I think I just heard one of them fall. Here's the PCB that we're gonna mess up real good. Just a minute here. I think I dropped one of the screws. Let me see if I can find it first before we proceed. Okay, there it is. Now, what we want to do here, get some of this Dynamat. Where I left it. There we go. We'll start with a straight cut. And we'll figure out about how big we want this cut to be approximately to cover the whole PCB. Looks like we'll probably go about here. Try to cut it straight. More or less, doesn't have to be perfect. Now, gonna need holes for the screws first. Trim a bit. Okay. That looks pretty good. That's looking pretty good so far. Now, let's go where the screw holes are. We'll just make a mark for the Dynamat to know where to make the cuts, to cut some of the Dynamat away in the places where we need to mount screws to the case. Make sense? If my screwdriver is small enough. Otherwise I can use these. Let's see. Do we get it? Gotta make a mark. Okay, now take my trusty razor blade. Where is it? Yes. Take my trusty razor blade. We'll peel this back a bit, and we'll just cut out space for these screws to go through and for the standoffs as well. So, see there? That looks like enough room for the standoff, I think. Maybe I'll give it a little more just to be safe. You know, because the case has this thing here that needs to fit there. So trim a little here. This butyl rubber is pretty easy to trim. Then up here, we'll say a nice little hole here for the standoff. Make sure it's big enough to accommodate whatever position the standoff might mount to. Okay, there's one. That should be big enough for the standoff. Let's do the other side. little bit there, and a little bit here. That should be enough for the standoff, I think. Maybe I'll trim it just a bit more to be safe. There. That's good enough. Good enough. I think so. Yes. Okay. Let's throw the garbage away. Now, this is the part where it gets a little interesting. In order for this to stick really well to the PCB and not come off later, besides just pressing it down, I like to also heat it up. The heat gun, which I have right here. So I have a basic heat gun here. I'll just heat it up a little bit and make sure this stuff is really stuck well and not going to come off of the PCB. Now it's really hot. Take this tool here and take a crescent wrench and just kind of rub it back and forth between where the switch pins are. Then I'll do it this way for the columns as well. So what this is doing is it's really adhering this stuff really well to the PCB. So there's like no way it's going to come off unless I want it to. And even then it's going to be hard to get it to come off. So that's the one downside of doing this approach. If you ever decide you want to remove this, you're going to have to heat it up like this again, get it to come off. And even then, you might have a hard time. Okay. I now have a Dynamatted PCB on the back. Now let's see what that does to the acoustics, if anything. That's what we're trying to figure out. Does this improve the acoustics at all? Well, let's see. I think, unless I'm mistaken, everything should still mount back in the case the way it did before. Yep, everything looks fine. No problems. Let's see if everything looks the way it's supposed to. Yes. Yep. Oops. Put those on in the wrong order. Take these backwards. Okay, now what? Let's see. Let's see if the sound was affected. Okay, we're gonna bring it up to the edge of the desk. Microphone gains haven't changed. Microphone position hasn't changed. Hopefully everything's the same. Let's do the after sound. Let's see. Guess I should plug it in first. I've added Dynamat to the back. We got it here. I think I was zoomed in more. Not that it matters. Okay, let's see how it goes. Alright, we'll have to listen to the side-by-side comparison and see what we think. Thanks for watching. Oh, what does it feel like to type on a keyboard like this? Well, if you have typed on ortho before, that's what it feels like. If you haven't typed on ortho, let me think. It feels like the keys on the bottom row, your hand has to go to the left. Your right hand has to go to the left. And actually, both hands have to go to the left. Anytime you do this row here, like the row 5. So that's pretty much the main thing. But yeah, thanks for the congrats on the affiliate. But it's getting late. I better go upload this video and go edit it for the comparison for the before and after. And we'll see how much difference does the Dynamat actually make on the PCB, and whether this is worth including in your builds. But thanks for watching and have a great day.